what the black man and woman needs to know about the nation, about the world, about themselves. Muhammad Speaks It. To order your 12-issue subscription to Muhammad Speaks newspaper, 313-371-7033. 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
Muhammad Speaks presents Messenger Elijah Muhammad's Teachings by Minister Khalil Shabazz every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at Muhammad's Temple of Islam, 12609 East McNichols Road in Detroit.
Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Soul Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live. The alone that we serve and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path, path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praised besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is that true servant and last apostle. Ameen. We'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters that extended us the greetings of Assalamu alaikum. We have Brother Abdul Hassan of Virginia. We have Hala Brooks of California. We have Brother Mustafa and Sister Sharice Ali from Ohio. And we have Brother Mutakabir Ali of New Jersey. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Today we like to talk about Muslims worship a flesh and blood man. This is a very important subject for this day and time, because we got the chief hypocrite, Louis Eugene. And not only do we have the chief hypocrite, but we have his followers. Because the one thing we got to remember, when the messenger taught us about Malcolm, he said Malcolm is building a mosque in opposition. He said he's filling it up with hypocrites and disbelievers like himself. We got to understand that about a hypocrite, because hypocrites usually don't work alone. Messengers say they try to find others. They try to turn other people away. So when Louis Farrakhan, the chief hypocrite, he has a whole nation of Islam in opposition to the messenger. And he's filling it up with hypocrites and disbelievers like himself. Yes, sir. So you got Ben X. Once again, can't say he a hypocrite, because we never heard him denounce. But he's showing signs. He had in 2024, July 5th, it says, you don't worship the flesh of any man. And it says the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, understanding what we mean by Allah, came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. So this is the chief hypocrite Louis Eugene, re-spooking the teachings of or spooking, not re-spooking. He re-spooking the black man by trying to make the teachings of the messenger spooky. So the way he spooked the teachings of the messenger is he tell the black man, we don't worship the flesh of Master Farad Muhammad. So then you had it 2 days ago. Ben X did another video, and it says, with all thy gettings, get understanding. With knowledge comes better understanding, and with better understanding, we can achieve unity, even with our differences. So this one says, AI responds to Nation of Islam not being real Muslims. So I guess he asked the AI about Muslims in the Nation of Islam believing that Allah came in a person. So I screenshotted it on the part where the AI was talking about believing that Allah manifested in the form of a man. That's what they say when they try to tell the black man that when the messenger said Allah came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. They try to say some spirit or this is how Allah manifests himself. Because they say Allah can manifest himself in any form. He just decided to manifest himself in the form of Master Farad Muhammad or in the form of a man. That's hypocrite talk. So they say that we don't worship the flesh of Master Farad Muhammad, but we worship his wisdom. You know, we worship his knowledge and understanding. But we don't worship the flesh and blood of the man. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in the May 1962 Muhammad speech, it's called Love Allah King. The messenger and the Muslims was making fun of Dr. King, saying the same thing we trying to say about Master Farad Muhammad. So this shows a white man stomping on a black man. So the white man says to Dr. King and the black man he's stomping on, he says, I love the way you people take it. So Dr. King is bent down over the brother who getting stomped on by the white man. He whispering to the black man saying, we must hate injustice. Then on the other side, he telling the black man, but must love the perpetrators or doers of it. The same thing these hypocrites is saying about Master Farad Muhammad. It's the same thing that Dr. King them was saying about the white man. They say we don't hate the sinner, but we hate the sin. We hate injustice, but we love the perpetrators of injustice. So the messenger is asking us, how do you separate the injustice from the perpetrators of injustice? How do you separate the lie from the liar? Because the lie is coming from the liar. The lie is produced by the liar. So how do you separate the lie from the lie? So how do you separate the wisdom of Master Farad Muhammad from Master Farad Muhammad? When the wisdom is produced by Master Farad Muhammad. It's only hypocrite talk. Because you only making yourself manifest. And that's what the messenger taught us about hypocrites. He said they make themselves manifest. You just listen to hypocrites. Listen to them talk. The hypocrite gonna say, we believe that God came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. That's what the hypocrite gonna say. The hypocrite gonna say, we believe that God is a man. But then the hypocrite gonna say, but really, we don't worship the flesh. Because with Master Farad Muhammad, God came in the form of a man. So the man is not really God. But what came in the form of the man is what's the God. Showing you that they really a hypocrite. They really don't believe that God is a man. They really don't believe that God is Master Farad Muhammad. They still believe in a spook. So they try to make Master Farad Muhammad a spook God. Some spook came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Now let's go to the message. You always like to go to the message. This comes from the June 21st, 1958, Pittsburgh Carrier. It says the origin of God being a spirit and not man. He quotes a Bible verse. It says, take heed to yourselves, that your hearts be not deceived, and you turn aside and serve other gods, worship them. That's what we got to do. We got to take heed so that we won't take other gods worshiping them instead of worshiping Master Farad Muhammad. That's why we got to stick close to what the messenger taught. You don't never listen to a hypocrite or no person tell you what the messenger said. You need to let them tell you from what the messenger. This where the messenger said such and such and so and so. We don't just listen to you recite from memory what you talking about. If you talking about God, you need to have a Muhammad Speaks newspaper article, a Message to the Black Man page article, Savior has arrived, something that you quoting directly from the messenger. Then you might could give your little ad libs like, well, this is what the messenger, you know what I'm saying? You the minister and you gonna explain it. But your base comes from what the messenger actually said himself. So from the Pittsburgh Carrier, the messenger is telling us there is an origin of people believing God is a spirit and not a man. So he says the great arch deceiver, the white race, were taught by their father Yaqub 6,000 years ago how to teach that God is a spirit or a spook and not a man. In the grafting of his people, the white race, Mr. Yaqub taught his people to contend with us over the reality of God by asking us of the whereabouts of that first God, one who created the heavens and the earth. And that Yaqub said we cannot do. That's how you know when these hypocrites is trying to re-spook the teachings of the message. Because when you listen to this chief hypocrite, when he started talking about we don't worship the flesh, he started talking about how Master Farad Muhammad was born February 26, 1877. So he said he can't be the originator of the heavens and the earth. That's a hypocrite. Because Master Farad Muhammad is the originator of the heavens and the earth. You might say, how could Master Farad Muhammad be the originator of the heavens and the earth, and he was born February 26, 1877? We're going to explain that. But remember, Master Farad Muhammad is the originator of the heavens and the earth. So let's go on with the message. He said, well, we all know that there was a God in the beginning that created all these things, and do know that he does not exist today. So that God that the chief hypocrite trying to get you to focus on, the messengers say he don't exist today. We know there was a God in the beginning. Gods that created all this we see. But they don't exist today. Then the messenger goes on. He says, well, we all know that there was a God in the beginning that created all these things, and do know that he does not exist today. But we know again that from that God, the person of God continues until today in his people. And today, a supreme one, God, has appeared among us with the same infinite wisdom to bring about a complete change. That's Master Farad Muhammad. All that before us don't exist today. All that spook talk. All that when you saying your prayers, you talking about some spook that lives 76 trillion. No, that's hypocrite talk. We don't pray to no spook. We don't pray to nothing that does not exist. Because the messenger said, we have one on the scene today, a supreme one, with the same supreme wisdom that's infinite. And he has the wisdom to bring about a complete change. A complete change to the black man. A complete change to the heavens and the earth. Because when we say in our lessons, we say, who is the original man? We say the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker. Now what we done made? We ain't made nothing. But the messenger said the person of Allah continues on through his people. The person of Allah does not continue on through a spook. It continue on through his people. So the black man is the originator. The black man is the original man. We are the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, and the God of the universe. That's what we got to understand. Because the creation of the universe doesn't stop. It continues on. Yes. The messenger said that Master Farad Muhammad comes to make all things new. That's right. He said with the black man, Master Farad Muhammad gonna make us new. He said that Master Farad Muhammad is going to take out the brown germ, that's right, which causes us to see. Mm-hmm. That's original. Yes. So he is the originator. Messenger said all things new. He has the same infinite wisdom to bring about a complete change. That's what we got to know. When we say Master Farad Muhammad is God, he is the divine supreme being. Yes. Not only did the messenger say that Master Farad Muhammad is a supreme God on the scene with the same infinite wisdom to bring about a complete change. He said that Master Farad Muhammad is the wisest of them all. He did. He know what the first God don't know. He know what all the previous gods don't know. He the one with that infinite wisdom to bring about a complete change, but he is the wisest of them all. Yes, sir. That's what we got to know. When we talking about Master Farad Muhammad, he is the divine supreme being. When we saying our prayers, we giving him all the props. We ain't talking about no God that came before him. We talking about him. When we talking about the originator of the heavens and the earth, we talking about Master Farad Muhammad. Yes. He the one who came in person and made himself known. Messengers say this is the first time that the true knowledge of God was taught in the public. He said God came himself. We don't know nothing about no spook who lived 76 trillion years. What we know about him? He didn't make himself known. Master Farad Muhammad made himself known. This is how the messenger knows about Allah. He don't know about Allah because some spook lived 76 trillion years ago say, I'm the originator. It was Master Farad Muhammad who came. And he told us this is the God who we pray to. Master Farad Muhammad. So let's go on even further with the messenger. Because the messenger says, the person of God continued until today in his people. And today a supreme God or supreme one has appeared among us with the same infinite wisdom to bring about a complete change. Now what we want to know is, what does it mean when you say person? Person means, simple Google search, it means a human being regarded as an individual. That's what the messenger means when he say person. He's not talking about the spirit of Allah continues on through his people. He said the person of Allah. Yes. We don't do the spook stuff talking about the spirit. No, the person of Allah. We don't know nothing about a spook. We don't know nothing about a spirit. The spirit of Allah don't contain the person of Allah. That's what God is, the person. Not the spirit, not the wisdom, not the person is Allah. He didn't say the wisdom of Allah. The person of Allah continues on through his people. We got to know it because they can re-spook us. We'll be Christian Muslims, praying like Christians but believing like, or praying like Muslims and believing like Christians. Talking that God came in the person stuff. When the messenger said God came in person, he only saying a human came. Yes. A man came. But it's always leeway for the hypocrite to spook it up. Yes. Show his hypocrisy. So the messenger worded it, God came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. So that's leaving a little room for a hypocrite to re-spook the black man. Say, well, what he really meant was the spook came in his person. Because what we do when it comes to Master Farad Muhammad, we ashamed of Master Farad Muhammad. We ashamed to tell them Orthodox Muslims and them Christians that Master Farad Muhammad is the divine supreme being. But you can't get away from Master Farad Muhammad and be in the Nation of Islam. Because the messenger gave all praise to him. The messenger told us that everything he knows comes from Master Farad Muhammad. So the messenger gave us wants and beliefs that everybody in the Muslim world knows that the messenger gave. So we ashamed of Master Farad Muhammad. We don't have a heart to tell Master Farad Muhammad is God himself. It ain't a spook. When we talking about God, we not talking about a spirit. We not talking about wisdom. We not talking about we talking about a flesh and blood man with a brain. Yes. And his brain produced his wisdom. His brain do that. Your brain didn't do it. Another brain, it didn't come from the Quran. Muhammad didn't know it. Whoever the angel Gabriel, it was Master Farad Muhammad. Yes. His brain produced his wisdom. His wisdom is greater than angel Gabriel. His wisdom is greater than Prophet Muhammad. Yes. That's what we saying. Ain't nothing spooky about him. So let's go on even further with the message. We have in the Holy Quran, chapter 55, verse 27. It says, and there endures forever the person of thy Lord, the Lord of glory and honor. The messenger explained to us how the person of thy Lord endures forever. He said the person of Allah continues on through his people. That's how the person of thy Lord endures forever. It ain't a spook. It ain't one God who lives forever. That person or that human being lives on through his people. So we don't have to believe spooky. Because the thing that the messenger taught, when he talked about the Arabs, he talked about how some of them, because he had an article called, What is Islam and What is a Muslim? Everybody should read that. I think it's 3 parts. The messenger gives us a breakdown of the Maulana Muhammad Ali interpretation and the Yusuf Ali interpretation. The messenger talks about how a lot of these Arab Muslims be in white countries. The whole world is controlled by the white man. A lot of these Arab Muslims try to appease to the white man. Don't want to offend him. Don't want to say nothing to make the white man upset. So Yusuf Ali, instead of saying Allah, he says God. Trying to appease the white man. But Allah is God's proper name. Messenger taught us that Allah is the proper name for Allah. So if you are a Muslim and you translating the Holy Quran, you can write Allah in English. Why wouldn't you use Allah? Why would you use God? When in Islam, his name is Allah. His name is not God. That is what the Arabs do to appease the white man. The Arabs don't come over here and teach us that the white man is an infidel. But he'll tell you that the messenger practiced shirk. The white man sell more whiskey, more alcohol, more hog, more lottery tickets, more guns than anybody in the world. But they don't come over here to condemn him. They want to say everybody is equal in Islam. Ain't no white man to death. The messenger the one who practiced shirk. Even though the messenger took Muslims, the black man, took him out of the mud, made him a well-respectable man and woman. Something that the Orthodox Muslims can't even do themselves. Many Orthodox Muslims smoke cigarettes. Many Orthodox Muslims drink alcohol, go to the club. But the messenger had a restrictive law. Where Muslims couldn't even drink alcohol, couldn't smoke cigarettes, couldn't eat hog, or you would be ostracized. That's right. You would be put out of the Muslim community with the messenger. If you was caught breaking the law, they don't have that kind of stuff at a masjid. You can go say your prayers, then leave the masjid and get you some whiskey. Go smoke you some cigarettes. The first time I realized, because I thought that the restrictive law was all of Islam. That's how you be when you first become a Muslim. You think what the messenger taught everybody. I thought that was what Muslims do. This Muslim, when I worked at FedEx, he smoked cigarettes. I didn't even know he was a Muslim until Ramadan. He said, I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes for Ramadan. Like, you a Muslim? He openly smoked. He got packs of cigarettes all in his truck. Like, you smoke cigarettes. Like, you can go to the masjid and they don't care.
Enjoying the show? Help keep us on the air. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033 to make a donation.
But the messenger, he said we have to clean ourselves up. can't smoke cigarettes. We can't fornicate. We can't lie. We can't commit adultery. The messenger used to have you can't even cuss. Messenger had, they said in the Jet magazine, when Wallace took over, they said one of the things that he implemented, they said that under Elijah Muhammad, if a brother got caught cursing in front of a sister, he would get put out of the temple. You couldn't go to a Muslim establishment and say no profanity. Couldn't even go to the salam and say a cuss word. Can't smoke cigarettes. That was the message. But Wallace, you can smoke cigarettes. You can cuss now. Come to the temple in front of the believers cussing. That's what Wallace is, but the message. Ain't no cussing. Come to the temple cussing. Using profanity. He used to call that baby language. We ain't supposed to use baby. I never knew cussing was baby language. We used to go to church cussing all the time. Ain't nobody tell her that's baby. I remember my daddy used to say. He said they used to go down in the basement of the church and smoke cigarettes. He said that the reason why the preacher told them to stop because they used to be smoking so much it used to be smelling in the sanctuary. But they would go and take smoke breaks down in the bathroom of the church. That's because we don't know who God is. We believe in a mystery God. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the one who met God face to face. And God changed his life. He for the first time knew who God was and knew who the devil was. He for the first time knew what righteousness was and knew what evil was. We didn't know that under the devil. The devil tell us it's a little white lie. What's a white lie? You got little lies and big. A lie is a lie. Sometimes the little lie be the worst lie. The little white lie. That's the white man. He always say drink in moderation. They say with gambling. They say knowing win is the best bet. Not telling you not to gamble. But you got to know when to stop gambling. But we do everything we can to make you to continue to gamble to give all your money. But the messenger, he taught us the reality of God. He said those who not, he said for thousands of years, the people who did not know the person or reality of God worship their own ideas of God. He said he has been made like many things other than what he really is. We got to remember that. This is the first time that the true knowledge of God has been taught in the public. The only one who this knowledge was taught to direct was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad goes on. This is the June 14th, 1958, Pittsburgh Carrier. It says, God came from T-Man and the Holy One from Mount Paran. This is Habakkuk 3:3. It says, is God a spirit or a man? He says God is a man, and we just cannot make him other than a man, lest we make him an inferior one. That's a good point. If you start talking about Allah manifests himself in a tree, or he can manifest himself in anything, he can come manifest himself in a bird. He can manifest himself in a dog. He can just be the spirit and just be the spook just floating around if that's what he wants. But when Master Farah, he just decided to manifest himself in a form of a man. You don't know you making him inferior.
Right.
When you saying that God ain't a man, he's some other, you making him inferior. That's what the messenger taught. When you make God other than a man, you make him less than God. Because even birds don't have the intelligence of a human being.
Right.
I don't care what spirit is manifested in the bird. It's still a bird.
Yes.
I don't care what spirit is manifested in a tree. It's still a tree. I don't care what's manifested in a dog. It's still a dog.
Right.
I don't care about the spook. That it's still a spook. So the messenger say God is a man. And if you make him other than man, you making him an inferior one. So he goes on even further. He says, for man's intelligence has no equal in other than man. Has no equal. Even though lions are strong and powerful, their intelligence has no equal to a man. Men can conquer lions. Lions can't conquer a man. A lion can kill a man. He can overpower a man. But a man's intelligence, he can outsmart the lion.
Right.
He can show dominance and subdue the lion.
That's right.
The lion can't subdue the man. Because when you make God other than a man, you make him inferior. Because God's intelligence or man's intelligence is not equal in other than a man. Man has the highest intelligence. Man can master the universe. The universe can't master the man. That's the teachings of the messenger. So the messenger goes on. It says his wisdom is infinite, capable of accomplishing anything that his brain can conceive. Once again, that's the man.
Yes.
Man's wisdom is infinite.
Yes.
When you're talking about a bird, when you're talking about a lion, when you're talking about a snake, his wisdom is not infinite. After that lion dead, all he did goes with him. But the messenger, he said a God's wisdom can last 25,000 years. That's one man's wisdom. Can last 25,000 years. The messenger also said that every 25,000 years, a God comes and makes a complete change. A change to the belief system. A change to a complete change. 25,000 years.
Yes.
That's what the messenger said.
Yes.
Lions can't do that. Birds can't do that. Trees can't do that. A tree's wisdom is not infinite. Nobody's wisdom is infinite but another man.
Yes.
And it's infinite because his brain produced that kind of wisdom to last 25,000 years.
Yeah.
Ain't no spook. Ain't no spirit inside. His brain produced. That's hard for us to conceive. We want to think it's this eternal spooky something just floating around. And this spiritual spooky thing got him mad. That's what no, his brain produced.
Yes.
When it says he's all wise and he doesn't wise, his brain produced
Right.
the wisdom that makes him wiser than them all. Ain't no spirit. Ain't no spook. Ain't nothing that was here 76 trillion years ago. Now that's in master. No, his brain, his own individual brain, produced all the wisdom that he had. It comes from the man, Master Farad Muhammad. So the messenger goes on. He says a spirit cannot think, for a spirit has no brain to think with. Simple, and that's why you can see hypocrites. The messenger took something that scholars and scientists can't understand, but break it down into the simplest, plainest little language for the dumb Negro in the mud. He say a spirit don't have a brain to think with. So how can a spook come in the person of Master Farad Muhammad? What does spook do? If the spook don't have a brain, How did the spook help Master Farad Muhammad and his wisdom? How did the spook improve him? What kind of spook came to him? When did the spook enter into him? And where was the spook at before it came into man? What's up with the spook? Why can't nobody make us acquainted with this spook? They just talk about the spook. They say, well, God came. When did he come in the person of man? When? What year? The messenger never told us nothing about a spook. He said that Master Farad Muhammad's father got books for Master Farad Muhammad. The best books. He said he paid high price. That's to show you the brain of Master Farad Muhammad. Because you can give some of these wise guy niggas them same books and that nigga couldn't do nothing with the book at all. That's the nigga brain. You can give a nigga anything. The white man, they say, if you want to have something from a nigga, put it in a book. But today you can give the nigga the book. The nigga so deaf, dumb, you can give Bishop Nathaniel this dirty nigga. You can give the nigga any book you want to give. He got the messenger's books. They don't change this nigga. It don't make his brain tell him, maybe I need to groom myself. Maybe I need to take a bath. That nigga know all the teachers. It don't change the nigga. Because the nigga brain. That's how it is with some niggas hard head. Niggas head so hard it affects his brain. So he steal all this wisdom this nigga got. He look like a regular nigga dead in the mud. But Master Farad Muhammad, you give him these same books. He gets something totally out the book that anybody else ever got out of the book to make his brain produce wisdom that's infinite. Yes. That's what we got to understand about God. Yes. He learns. But when he learns, his brain produced something your brain can't produce. Right. Messenger said he is the Mahdi. He's self-God. He says the Mahdi comes to guide us. That's God. He said he's self-independent. None of us is self-independent. Master Farad Muhammad, show you his brain. Black man knew about black for years. Never thought nothing about black. The black man hated black. We ain't talking about no science, no weird. We just talking about the color black. To show you the brain of Master Farad Muhammad. That color was around for thousands of years with the white man. The black man hated black. But Master Farad Muhammad taught the message that black is original. Black is first. Black is the best color for a human being. Now we black people living with our own self for 400 years with the devil. We see the devil trying to get suntans to make his skin black. But our brain go over our head. We see the white woman used to get dresses to make them look like they had a figure. They used to wear them little, I don't know what you call them little tight things they used to wear around their waist to make it look like they had a curves. This was white women. We'll see them do all that, still don't have no love for ourselves, no love for black. We just think watermelons, one of the best fruits you can eat. White man make us think it's the baddest thing in the world to eat a watermelon. But Master Farad Muhammad, he gave the messenger a superior teaching on black. That's right. To where the black man began to love black. And we ain't even talking about no house. We just talking about a simple color black. Got us to love black. Got us to love our hair, Love our lips and our nose, and the same thing we used to hate, now we love. Right. Because of the brain of Master Farad Muhammad. Right. Not only did he tell us about black, he taught the black man, you the future ruler. Yeah. Black man in his little brain ain't never think one day we gonna rule this devil. Never thought that in our mind at all. Always thought we was gonna be inferior to a white man. Until Master Farad Muhammad's brain produced wisdom to make a junkie stand up and look at the white man and say, I'm better than you. Yes. You from the caves and hillsides of Europe. You was crawling around on your all fours, eating your blood raw or eating your food raw with the blood running out of it. We used to see the white man with our little brain eating medium rare steaks. We were so done with our little brain, we try to imitate the white man. Right. Give me a medium rare, I want a little blood running out. Until Master Farad Muhammad came with his brain. Yes. It wasn't a spook. It was a real flesh and blood man. Master Farad Muhammad came and taught us Islam and said, you fight with those who fight with you. Yes. So you had Muslims standing up to armed devils, calling on Allah. We ain't never known nothing about no Allah. But Master Farad Muhammad in his brain came to the black man and took fear out of his heart. White man was black man afraid of the devil. We walk around in the South, we didn't even look him in the face, be looking at the ground. Couldn't look this cracker in his eyes. But when Master Farad, not only do you look, if this cracker need his head whooped, you whoop it. Brothers taking guns from devils. I never forget one of my most favorite stories. It happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. These brothers went and wanted to see what it do with the devil. So the brothers started fighting these devils, and a crowd of people saw it. So the reporters asked the people, what happened? The witnesses said, one of them FOI stepped to an armed white devil and told him, me or you gonna die today. One of us gonna die today. That's a black man who was afraid of the devil. But Master Farad Muhammad, with his brain, with his infinite wisdom, the messenger said he comes to make all things new. He comes to make something out of nothing. So Master Farad Muhammad took the fear out of black man's heart to the point where you would tell an armed devil. Could you imagine if you just go clocky into work? You a police officer. You used to kicking niggas around, niggas run. Niggas afraid. They just afraid when they see you come. But now you got this tough nigga that'll step to you in your face. You giving him an order, he not listening to you. And he say, me and you gonna die today. And he looking you dead in your face, I don't even care if it's me. But if you go home, it's because you done killed me. And if I go home, it's because today, not tomorrow. One of us died today. So they asked them, the witnesses asked the wives of some of the brothers who died. Because the black man couldn't understand, why didn't them brothers run when them devils started pulling out guns and shooting? So they were so puzzled that the crowd asked the wives of the brothers who died, why them brothers didn't run? They had plenty of time to run and get away. Sister said in our religion, Messenger said, if you run, Allah not with you. Could you imagine that? Master Farad Muhammad's brain can take the fear out of scared black man in the mud. Tell him, if you run, Allah not with you. So he'll stand up to a white man who been killing and raping and murdering the black man for 400 years and tell him, one of us gonna die today. And even if you get the upper hand, we ain't running. We ready to die today. That's Master Farad Muhammad. So who about to tell us about a spook who came in the person? That's how you can tell hypocrites who really don't believe. Because when you see what Master Farad Muhammad was able to do with the messenger, ain't no more spook talk. When you see what Master Farad Muhammad was able to do to the black man, I don't want to, what the spook do? All this you see in Master Farad Muhammad taught the messenger for 3.5 years. It's like, what could he have told him in 3.5 that built all of this? Right. He could take a black man who was from Sandersville, Georgia. Love talking about the history. Yeah. Messenger believed in a spook like we do. But he said when he heard Master Farad Muhammad the first time, I wish they had the video or the tape. What was he saying? Right. That the first, it took me more than one time to listen to the messenger to be convinced. Keep it real. First time I read Message to the Black Man, I thought the messenger was sounding real crazy. Like, that sound kind of crazy. Had books and pages I'm reading, and it just wasn't making no sense to me at first. But what he was saying stuck to me. And over time, I began to see the messenger different. But the messenger say it was different with him. He said the first time. He heard Master Farad. He was 100%. Even when I began, it wasn't 100%. It took some time. Messenger say the first time I heard him, I became his 100% convert. So the messenger, that wasn't enough. So you got it with a meeting adjourned. Messenger could have got up like, y'all, I heard God yesterday in this building and he didn't know. I'm about to go shake this man's hand. So the messenger said he shook his hand, still looking like, I know who you are. You the one who the Bible been prophesying that we've been waiting to come for 2,000 years. First time. When I first read the I couldn't tell you what he was talking about. Couldn't make no sense of it. But the messenger could hear it from God and accept it. None of them other people could do that. So now you mean to say, a nigga gonna tell you about some spook that came? No, ain't no spook. God is a man. Not only is he a man, he came in person to the black man. Right. July 4th, 1930. He came to Black Bottom, Detroit, seeking to save that which is lost. Because when you just say that God, a whole lot of niggas try to take the place of God. The black man, no. You got to break it all the way down. Not only is God a man, that's true. The black man is God. Messengers say, all black men, when you look into the face of the black man, you looking at God. But he said something a little different about Master Farad Muhammad than he said about the black man. He said he is the divine supreme being. That's right. With the same infinite wisdom to bring about a complete change. He didn't say that about the black man you look in his face. He said that about Master Farad Muhammad. Right. He has this infinite wisdom, the same infinite wisdom that the first one had. Master Farad Muhammad got that too. But he is a little bit different than the first. He wiser than them all. 76 trillion years of gods. Master Farad Muhammad is the wisest of them all. That's what the messenger taught. And he came to black, not just some old minor prophet type stuff or a scientist. God in person came. The God that's the wisest of them all. Yes. Then not only that, messenger said when Master Farad Muhammad taught, he said, you get the keys and me and you go. That just shows you the messenger. He said, no, let me try. The messenger was a 100% convert. He believed that what Master Farad Muhammad taught him could change the black man. The first time he heard it, he said, you the one. We've been waiting, not I've been, we've been waiting on for 2,000 years. So when he got all these teachings that Master Farad Muhammad gave, he like a fish out of water. I can't wait to tell, let me know, me and you go, let me try to get him. Let me try. So Master Farad Muhammad let the messenger try. And in 44 years, with God knowledge, the messenger transformed 50 million black people in America. Not from the wisdom of a spook, because the messenger say a spook don't have a brain to think with, but a man. Yes. He said the intelligence of a man has no equaling other than a man. So Master Farad Muhammad's intelligence, his brain, his wisdom, his understanding is what changed the black man. Yes. It wasn't a spook that came in him. We got to know it. Because the messenger said about our prayer, he said all that Master Farad Muhammad does for us, all he asks in return is for us to say our prayers to him. Oh, this God that has more wisdom than 76 trillion gods, or the history of it. All he asks you to do is say your prayer. And the nigga will say his prayer to a spook. Master Farad Muhammad came and did all that, and you mean to tell me you looking to a spook? All he asks, say your prayers. When you say your prayer, you say the originator, you talking about Master Farad Muhammad. This how he get his props. This how we take our oath every day. I submit my will to Master Farad Muhammad. Because I pray, in my conclusion, that I live to see the day when we have FOI that'll step to the enemy and say, one of us gonna die today. One of us gonna die today. It could be a white man or it could be a nigga. One of us, nigga, gonna die today. You keep disrespecting me, one of us, nigga, gonna die today. That's what I can't wait to see. Muslims who start back believing that Master Farad Muhammad is God. Brothers who appreciate what he did, because the messenger said he came from heaven. That's what Master Farad Muhammad did. We need to know. He wasn't living under Jim Crow. He wasn't living in segregation. He wasn't seeing his people lynched. But he saw that happening to us. So he came himself, by himself, to come seek and save the black man. Nobody else did this for us. We got to know it. It ain't no spook nowhere coming to save the black man. So the messenger talked about the resurrection. And he talked about the white man's time is up. But he said the black man is slow to accepting Islam and accepting his own. So Master Farad Muhammad, after all these years, still showing the black man mercy. Yes. It ain't a smoke. He's still giving us time. Still giving us time to accept our own. It's almost been 100 years. It's been 95 years that Master Farad Muhammad has come. Now in America, it ain't so strange to say the black man is God. It ain't so strange to talk about how to eat to live. It ain't so strange to talk about the black man's history. But the black man's still slow. The black man's brain still clogged up and need to be unraveled. But Master Farad Muhammad's brain still got mercy for the black man. Still got compassion. Still got patience. But the messenger said, one day, all that compassion and mercy is going to be over. He said, just like with Noah. He said, when the people saw the rain, they said it rained like this before. He said, got up to their knees. They said it rained like this before. Got up to their waist, to their neck. Man said got up to their nose. Rained like this before. Until they realized, like, wait a minute. Something strange. You wait all that. You still got, like, wait, no, maybe you might be right. No. It rained like this before. Get all the way up to your nose and you still know. So when they finally realized we done made a mistake, they come running to Noah like, Noah, wait a minute, let us in. Noah said, God got the key and gone. We need to understand that. Because the mercy of Allah is patient. It's merciful. But when he run out of that, he took the key from Noah, his prophet. Because you might have a chance that you might give it to him. I was watching this in my conclusion. I was watching this mafia movie. It was this hitman that got busted. So all the crime bosses was sitting around the table. They was like, you know, I like Frank. Frank been doing a good job for us. Frank loyal. I don't even think Frank would snitch on us. And it was quiet. They were like, yeah. One of them said, but why risk it? It was like, wow. No matter how loyal he was, did a good job, why risk it? Noah was a prophet. He walked with God hundreds of years. Allah say, why risk it? Give me the key. Give me the key. Noah looking at him sad like, God got the key and he gone. He didn't even have to say, man, God got the key. Y'all waiting all the time. No, he like, man, you know, God got the key and he gone. Letting them know if I had the key, I might have cracked it for a couple of. No, God got the key and he gone. That's how the messenger said. When Master Farad Muhammad run out of patience, we gonna be looking, God got the key and he gone. Well, brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I leave you as I came in the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent and merciful, sole master's day of judgment in which we now live. The alone do we serve, and the alone seeks for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path, path of those upon whom thou spill thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is earth to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is thy true servant and last apostle. I mean, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone. We wouldn't have done it to ourselves and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.